This is ANN News Brief.
The United States has joined the list of countries that strongly condemn Tuesday's mutiny in Mali. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo called on all political and military actors on Wednesday to work towards a restoration of constitutional government in the country. Pompeo issued a statement asking all stakeholders in Mali to engage in peaceful dialogue, to respect Malians' rights of freedom of expression and peaceful assembly, and to reject violence. The United Security Council, as well as the African Union, denounced the Mali military takeover. The West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, has raised concern that crisis in Mali could derail efforts to combat the Islamist insurgency in the region. Norwegian embassy in Mali had raised alarm on Tuesday, calling on its citizens to stay at home. Meanwhile, the chairman of the African Union, Cyril Ramaphosa, has demanded the release of Mali's President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, whom the military arrested at gunpoint on Tuesday. Mali Prime Minister Bobo Cissé and other government executives were also arrested. New information emerged that the president's son, Speaker of the National Assembly, and foreign finance ministers were reported to be among other detained officials. Keïta has resigned on Tuesday night in a brief address on state television. Ghana authorities say they are planning to open a sex offenders register to keep names of people convicted of sex-related offenses. The Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit of the Ghana Police Service has said the sex offenders register will concentrate on convicted rapists. The move, they say, is to serve as a reference point for potential employers and deter people from committing sexual offenses. Ghana currently has a universal record of all criminal activities, but authorities believe establishing a register, especially for rapists, will address the problem of sexual misconduct. Maximum sentence for rape offenders in the country is 25 years in prison, but most victims often do not report because of stigma. Last year, Ghana recorded nearly 370 complaints of rape, but convicted only 3 suspects. We'll be right back.
Whether in your house, at your office, on your phone or online, we are there. We have the facts behind the headlines. We cut to the chase with the news you really need. We cover every angle. We are the bigger, better news network. We are African News Network. ANN. Watch ANN News on MITV from a truly African spirit.
Tunisian authorities are working to revive tourism industry by promoting a coexistent policy with the COVID-19 pandemic. The country aims to protect the country's citizens as much as they can without having to shut down the economy. Authorities say the strategy to coexistence with the virus will prevent a disastrous 2020 tourist season. The latest monetary and financial indicators published by Tunisia's Central Bank and the Ministry of Tourism and Handicrafts show tourist revenues fell by 56% at the end of July, year-on-year, to around $400 million from $900 million in the same period of 2019.
Tunisia can no longer afford to close its air and maritime borders because it will paralyze the economic activity again, and especially tourism. We must cope with this new situation and preserve jobs.
Tunisia's Ministry of Health has put in place a strict and updated health protocol at all hotels in the main tourist destinations. This means, in effect, hotels cannot remain closed indefinitely. That is the ANN News Brief at 11. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I'm Lucy Adeyemi.